Nice sunrise.
This was our first full day at Waterton, and we started off as early as we could. We hiked past Cameron Falls.
Good morning, guys. And we are walking out to Bertha Lake Trail. Is that what it's called? Officially. And it's about 6 or 8 degrees, something like that, Celsius.
I think as we left.
Yeah. So, no, comfortable. And it might be a bit of a rainy day. It's kind of cloudy right now. It might rain later on. We're prepared for that. And gonna walk up to the lake, see how that is.
Despite the brisk walk, we still paused to admire the pastel colors in the sky. And we met some visitors by the campground.
Couple of mule deer. She's looking at me.
The cries of the young mule deer to their mother were adorable.
So, here we are at the trailhead. Here's an option. You can actually walk down into Montana, which we might do if we have time. We'll see.
We have a warning here.
Yeah.
We took a moment to review the trail warnings, especially the ones pertaining to bear, cougar, and other large animals.
Not camping.
Being a national park, this sign is posted in both official languages of Canada.
Haven't come very far, but the view is already pretty amazing.
The fireweed was finished blooming, but still made a spectacular foreground for the mountain. Spiky thistles lined the trail, along with other flowers that had produced seeds.
Trail is rocky, a little bit, but very well packed.
Slightly up the hill, we had a great view of the Prince of Wales Hotel. The views of Upper Waterton Lake were lovely despite the slightly overcast sky. I also found a few late bloomers. An alder tree displayed female cones of various ages.
Both types of cones. No, it's not sarsaparilla. But they're long. There's some berries that are very, very kind of longer. So, yeah, we're still walking along the trail here, heading up, slowly up. Trail is, we're heading that way. We just came from that way, obviously. I ate a weird blueberry back there. It was very sour, so I can understand why the bears are not eating them. But yeah, it was tasty. This is pretty. So this is one of the burned out sections, and you could see the charring is kind of like fallen off of the trees, kind of leaving these sort of white skeletons. Kind of pretty, actually. And you can see down here, there's actually some new growth of trees slowly coming up. Fire, I think they said, was 2017. Is that right? Is that what I saw? I'll correct myself later if I'm wrong. But yeah, good to see. It's always interesting kind of seeing areas recover after forest fires. No signs of bears yet, We did see some signs of horse manure on the trail. So, actually, I could see a horse track right there, but no other people yet. I'm sure that will change. With our speed, we'll probably get past eventually. So I think that's a cluster of bear grass there. See all the stems that the flowers were on.
We reached an amazing lookout point. The view down the lake into Montana was breathtaking. I also took a moment to look across the lake and back at Waterton, but we were still eager to proceed.
So we've gone 1.5 kilometers so far. So disappointingly sounding. 1.4 to Bertha Falls. 4.2 to the lake. There's some more of those weird long berries that I ate.
We continued on, taking in the unique views as we went. I was standing beside something special.
Wow, what a tree.
It's impressive, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. That is just awe-inspiring.
The mottled patterns in the bark were impressive as well.
See the trail down there.
I don't think this was part of the official trail. The remains of more burnt trees could be seen. This one was by the shelter of a rock cliff.
So amazing. It just looks like layers of plasticine just smucked together, and
Below, we could hear the sound of flowing water.
can't really see it, but definitely hear it.
It took a moment, but we eventually spotted the creek. We also finally saw where we were going, up over the left. I spotted some more ripe berries. Without the trees blocking the view, we could appreciate the steep hillside.
Not sure what kind of tree that is.
As we headed up, the plants seemed to be growing with a spring-like vibrancy.
Vibrant green. This one's been eaten.
The trail neared the stream, and we were rewarded with a lovely view of the water.
Oh, those pretty flowers.
Pastel-colored flowers were unfurling their blooms.
So the trail splits off. Horses are supposed to go to the right. Find out if they did that or not. And they go to the left. Uma Janai. So we go to the left.
I was glad I was not a horse, as we had some more dazzling views.
It's gonna do a GPS check. I don't know if that's the first falls. It kind of seems like a fall to me.
The map showed us that we hadn't reached Bertha Falls yet.
Yeah, looks like we're just coming up to the falls, the actual falls. And I guess this is why they don't want horses coming up this way. It'll be a little rough navigating with the hooves.
We took a few minutes to admire the falls. The water steadily flows out to Waterton Lake.
It's so refreshing. If you can reach it without falling. Oh, it's cold. Nice.
The ferns enjoy the extra humidity around.
Wow, that is the first. I've never seen kind of a pre-warning on how much you're going to gain. 325 meters, which I think is like some 900 feet.
Yeah, maybe.
You can see the waterfall there. And we just came up that. And then we are going up and up and over that thing right there. Zoom. Did not expect to be among so much plants at this point. Still gaining in altitude. Taking our time. This is a nice slow, steady pace.
We took frequent breaks along the way. These plants look like a fancy floral arrangement,
A little spray.
as did these cute flowers. This looked like a wild black currant. On the mountainside, I spotted a dry stream
There's any
bed.
water there now, but looks like it runs in the spring.
As one would expect following a forest fire, fireweed grow in abundance.
Just pointing out to Lyndon that way down there you can see our trail. That's where we were maybe hour
Yeah, it's
ago?
about 10 now.
Yeah, I guess they're raspberries. Some raspberries didn't get eaten.
We would soon find out they were not raspberries. But first, there was another
How are you
surprise.
today? Hi.
This male dusky grouse made us pause in our
I
tracks.
don't want to startle you.
As I mentioned in my previous video
do need
about
to keep
Waterton,
going.
this is the bird that has been returning to the area after the wildfire.
You're a very pretty bird.
We admired the bluish color of his feathers,
This is my husband. He's okay.
which gives the other common name, blue grouse.
Hey, you're very motionless. Yeah, hard to see you. Almost didn't see you.
The dusky grouse lives in the Rocky Mountains and has 4 subspecies. I'm not sure which one this fellow belongs to. They do not migrate, but have an interesting habit of moving to higher altitudes during the winter. We decided we had to continue on our way, and Lyndon moved forward. He seemed worried about having his tail stepped on.
Wow, what a brave bird.
Such a tame bird.
Me too. I'm gonna come through. You're okay? Yeah, you're so pretty. You're passing by. You're okay. Don't look at me. Oh, oh. That's good, eh? Bye. Bye.
Finally, we were able to see Upper Bertha Falls through the trees.
More wild gooseberries. That is a very pretty berry. Not gonna touch that one though. No idea what it is.
Good choice. It's a bead lily, and isn't poisonous, but not considered edible. The plants can live for up to 30 years. The views through the trees continue to impress, as did the view of the
View of the
mountain.
mountain though. So yeah, way down there, you can see that line going through the trees. Haven't met anyone on this trail yet. Okay, so there is a thimbleberry, I believe they're called.
A man's hand.
I encouraged Lyndon to. Oh, hang on. Can't see you. There we go.
Oh, that's really nice, actually. It's
Yeah.
not really a raspberry,
Yeah.
but it's sweeter.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Man, that just feels like a boost of energy too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can go for the rest of the trail here now. Whatever, I think we got 200 meters, I don't know. Actually, let me check. Maybe 300, I guess.
Yeah.
Of a fairly straight path.
Yeah, just for reference, we're heading towards the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're coming over the peak of the mountain and down from what I'm getting here.
Crazy looking cliffs here. You can definitely see that these trees, and they were probably much younger, got bent under the snow. They're not as dramatic as some of the ones further down the slope, but they still have a bit of a curve to them. And probably a good indicator as to why they warn of avalanches, especially in that rocky section that we just passed through. You definitely want to be careful if there's snow around. I think that way goes down to the falls. Oh, you mean you think this might overlook the...
No, looks like it might be it.
What's that? What might be
This
it?
one.
This one.
Because it kind of pinches off, and then, so if we don't see something that really...
So probably that way you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
That's what he's saying. But first, this way.
Yep. See it just through the trees. But yeah. First I thought this was going to be some indigenous thing, but now it's like, I don't know, some sort of geocodes or something for, maybe there's some box hidden nearby.
Or survey marker. Lake Bertha was breathtaking.
This lake is so still.
The mirror image of the surrounding mountains left me speechless. In the distance, I noticed a bird swimming.
There is some sort of bird out there.
And another one.
Two of them. Golden eyes? Oh, just answers.
The common mergansers barely disturbed the mirror-like surface.
colder. So earlier, I found a glove. And here's the matching one. Don't know what to do with it now. Nice little bridge. Inside. And I suppose that flows into the waterfall. The waterfall.
There are some backcountry campsites here, which we decided to check out.
A load of.
Here is one of the sites. Not much room. Nice. Yeah, it is nice. And then, just beyond these fallen logs, there's another one. Oh, there's the outhouse there. You can see through the trees. Same site from the other side. And yeah, there's the outhouse. A good little looking little unit. Don't know that that's a site. Site?
Actually looking for the bear pole. Hang our food.
Oh. There's another spot. They called it a food pole on the map, but these are definitely lockers. This is not a garbage can.
It's frustrating how you find random items in bear lockers. We continued on walking around the lake. And we got close to a couple more birds. We found a spot to stop for a snack break. Across the lake, I spotted a common goldeneye.
Lyndon is eating the Hornby organic. Thank you. Sunflower cranberry, which he says is very good. I am going to try the RX bar today. This one has chocolate, so Lyndon doesn't eat chocolate, so I'll be enjoying this one myself. That's how it looks. Yeah, I can I can taste a little bit of the sea salt on the top.
I noticed a fish casually swimming by in the clear water. A few moments later, the mountain weather showed itself, and a breeze created ripples on the lake. A hiker walked on the opposite shore. The breeze continued, and the sky became more overcast.
Pretty solid gray clouds. Ah, beautiful spot.
We decided to head back before it started to rain. High overhead, I spotted a stream flowing down the side of the mountain. We paused on the bridge, and this time I noticed small fish in the shallows of the lake.
Keep moving on. Just get the shits off.
Unfortunately, the rain caught us.
Yeah, little damper on the situation. We had to put our cameras away because it is starting to rain a bit. Yeah, actually, I can't even see the mountain across the way anymore. It's gone. So yeah, it's on its way. Yeah, some very quick readjustments. And I got my hood up, got my cover on. And yeah, kind of wondering how those kids are faring. There's a couple of school groups up there. Clowns are pretty though.
The school groups did not look prepared for rain, as many were wearing shorts and other summer clothing.
Sure, what kind of rocks they are. And it really has brought out the greens. That's the nice thing about rain. Trail's gonna go over there somewhere. There's the other half of the glove. So, some poor person has lost their gloves. The other one's up the mountain. This rock caught my eye on the way up, and it's even more amazing now. It is a large rock. Quite big. Yeah, it looks like it's going to peter out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We're
Maybe.
still getting rain here.
Yeah.
Just kind of trying to figure out when it's going to stop.
Yeah. Not anytime soon.
'Cause it may not be what's in the valley, maybe that, eh?
Yeah,
Way
what's
up
above
high.
us.
This may be just, maybe this was just the front, eh?
Could have been.
We continued to make our way down the mountain. On our way back, a steady stream of school kids marched past us, and mostly the ones with the poorer clothing choices.
Potentially rains again.
Yeah. May want to back up or something.
I looked back along the trail to see some of the remaining school tour returning. Even still, I would have loved to have a tour like this when I was in school. We paused at the lookout to admire the valley once more. It wasn't much further to Waterton, but we found a change on the trail.
Ooh, a lot of fur in that too. Wonder what else they ate. But yeah, that was not there on the way up.
Back in Waterton, we could see the Prince of Wales Hotel peeking over the treetops. Even though our hike got a little rained out, it was still a great hike. Stay tuned for more of the hikes that we went on in Waterton. As always, thanks for watching.